So recently I made a video shockingly in defense of Lily Tino because of the fake news about her past being believed by millions. Now this is all because of a creator on TikTok known as Anime Ribbon who faked an interview with a supposed old friend of Lily Tino's claiming that she was faking being trans and is also a hardcore incel that is a genuine threat to women's safety. What this creator known as Ribbon did was sit in a room and talk to themselves for about an hour playing both the parts of himself and also Lily Tino's old friend. He then pitched down said friend's voice and pretended like it wasn't him playing both characters and uploaded it as a podcast on a bunch of streaming platforms including YouTube and Spotify. Whilst the actual podcast episode itself didn't gain too much traction, the TikToks made about said podcast episode claiming that it was confirmed that Lily Tino was faking being trans were garnering millions of views, which led to many people believing this rumor. I called Anime Ribbon out for this psychopathic behavior in my last video on the subject and he responded. Twice. Now, there's actually so much more to this story than meets the eye, so be sure to stay tuned until the end of this video, because some of this stuff gets even madder than you'd think, even based off of that insane description, none of which is being hyperbolized to any degree, by the way. I would recommend watching my last video on this whole topic if you're not clued up, because I can't stress enough how he literally sat in a room, talked to himself, pitched himself down, and pretended as though he was talking to an old friend of Lily Tino's. All to tear someone down and ruin the life of a person who they've never met in their entire lives and is also off of the internet at the moment. And it's all, of course, under the guise of protecting the trans community, despite being one of the most harmful creators on the site. I couldn't think of anything more harmful that Ribbon could have done. Before that, though, something that YouTube has implemented, which I actually didn't know about, is that whenever I ask you to subscribe, the subscription button shows and glows in cool, waning colors, behooving you to do what's right, what's morally, unquestionably correct for all of humanity, hypnotizing you to subscribe to the channel. So get off full screen, have a look at that button, and subscribe to the channel, baby. Especially if you want more life-changing content. Now look, before we get to Ribbon's response to my initial video, which we will cover soon, don't worry, and it's just as hilarious as you would think. I mean, the guy was caught red-handed faking an interview with someone like a psychopath, so there's not really much you can say to that, but it doesn't stop him from trying. Before that, I want to cover exactly what I think compelled him to make the initial huge, obvious lie like the idiot bumbling buffoon that he is. And what I believe that to be is this video right here.
Notice how I'm an intersex person that's visiting a theme park in Orlando, Florida, and I'm not filming in a bathroom with a bunch of unconsenting children and women in the background, but instead in my car so that nobody's around that didn't consent to being filmed. Very cutesy, very demure, very not damaging the trans community for views.
So you get the idea. This is basically a video from maybe a month or two back of Ribbon sat in his car acting as though he's a great person and begging people to comment of how great of a person he is. I mean, it's just complete, like, fishing for compliments content. It's like if I walked outside onto the street, saw a bunch of women walking down the road, recorded myself on my fucking iPhone and went, oh, hey guys, notice how I'm a man not catcalling these women because I'm just so respectful, and notice how I'm not sexually assaulting or harassing anybody. It's like anybody with any sense of morality would look at me and go, what are you doing, you pathetic fucking weasel? Like, yes. What do you want? Do you want a cookie? Do you want a fucking biscuit? Do you want some ice cream? Yes, on all fronts, by the way, but I don't deserve it for that. But anyway, silly content aside, this video garnered over 1 million views, which is a very big outlier for Ribbon's channel. If you look through their account, they post like a couple times every day, and they barely break 10K. So obviously, he was quite happy. He was quite enthralled by this sudden, I guess, boost in views from this one video, and thought, how do I capitalize on this virality and make it keep going, right? And that in and of itself isn't too bad, right? That's totally fine. That's totally reasonable. That's what every content creator on the internet does. It's what I do, in fact. So what Ribbon did from this point was make a bunch of videos building up to the fake interview that was set up, basically milking the situation for everything that he could, all whilst planning talking to himself in a room and pitching the thing down. Like, when you watch these videos of the build-up, bear in mind, he knows none of this is true. He knows that this is all gonna lead up to him talking to himself in a room and acting as though there's a separate person there. So this is the first one.
So somebody that knew Lily Tino before they were Lily Tino has reached out to me. They apparently saw like the viral video that I made, because I did not expect that to go viral. And then cousin went on a podcast, and then they saw like where I put in my...
Yeah, I'm not going to show the whole video. I'm not going to show all these videos in their entirety, but it's a bunch of bollocks, basically. And you'd know that if you watch my last video on this topic. There is undeniable evidence that there is no person. This is a made-up individual. No one approached Anime Ribbon. Anime Ribbon was literally sat there, planning this from the beginning, talking to himself in a room, pitching it down, and acting as though he was actually talking to an old friend of Lily Tino who was going to expose all this deep, dark history about her. It is truly scumbag, psychopathic, awful behavior. It all led to my video eventually coming out, and I didn't even know how much of a habitual liar Anime Ribbon was in the past. Obviously, a lot of stuff has been brought to my attention since then, but you know what? We're not even going to get into all that. All I'm going to focus on in this video is his response to me directly and all of the things regarding this Lily Tino situation. Once again, not to sound like a broken record, but if you've not seen my first video, I would highly recommend it because, you know, a lot of this response stuff isn't really going to make a lot of sense. So here's his first response.
You guys, breaking news. Danny boy over here, or do you prefer Jesse? I don't know, because on your page where you're applying and trying to market yourself to sponsors, you use Dan, but then you say your name's Jess. I don't know. Do you prefer Mr. Koljabek? Am I pronouncing that right? Kajab?
So, Dankyjabo, I don't think is a very difficult name to pronounce. I've never heard anyone, pronounce it Koljabek or Kajab. When I tell you, I was streaming a reaction to this video a couple days back, and the amount of messages I got and comments calling me Dan Koljabek Kajab was honestly slightly hilarious. It's just, I don't understand how you can get, how that pronunciation can wrap itself around your tongue from looking at my YouTube name. Koljabek Kajab. I understand if you don't pronounce it right, that's totally fine, but like, I feel like you have to be trying to get it that wrong. I also don't understand why they're acting as though it's like this huge revelation that my LinkedIn, they're talking about my LinkedIn, by the way, the place where you market yourself to sponsors, and I made one like a couple of years back, because, well, not a year, but about a year ago, because I thought that's how sponsors work. I've not used it once since. And on LinkedIn, you have to put a first and last name, which really annoyed me, because I like to have it as Dankyjabo, all one word, so I thought, fuck it, I'll put Dan, and then a space, and then Kyjabo as the last name, because whatever. And they've seen that, they've taken it, and they brought it up here as though it's some revelation, some incredibly incriminating piece of evidence against me. It's like all you found is a website where I represent myself with a space in the between one of the fucking syllables in my name. Do they think I'm trying to present myself as having the real name of Dankyjabo? My last name isn't fucking Kyjabo, for those who are pondering, by the way. I'm not fucking Japanese. Although, I will say, Nihongo ga benkyou shiteimasu. Not anymore, though. That's from like 6 years ago.
He's exposed. I have cloning powers, you guys. I got cloning powers. I'm secretly the real life Twice from My Hero, apparently. That's why I put this shirt on. Because I have cloning powers, if you guys didn't hear. So if you're a little bit confused, just to clarify, Danny exposed that I was apparently talking to myself.
Okay, so this cloning powers thing is what he goes on about for this entire video, by the way. Like, honestly, he has like a slight mental breakdown. It's a little unhinged, a little strange, to say the least. He just goes on and on and on about these fucking cloning powers that I'm apparently claiming that he has. Now, I never said that you cloned yourself. All I said was that, and it's not even me saying it, it's undeniably what happened. You sat there and you spoke to yourself and you pitched it down. I can do it right now. I'm not cloning myself.
That I posted that Lily Tino fans tried to get removed, and then I was able to win the appeal, so they're still up. Thank God. Yeah, the screenshots from the video of me showing John Doe, Lily Tino's former friend, and like how we did a video interview, and I just blocked his face out and stuff for privacy. And then I put it in audio for Podbean because you could only upload through MP3. Like Spotify literally will not take it unless it's MP3.
Okay, a couple things here. So what he is claiming is that he has released evidence on multiple occasions that the person he was talking to was in fact a grown man twice his size. Also, I should make it clear here now, Anime Ribbon's pronouns are he, him, which is why I'm referring to them as such. I made a mistake in my last video because they are undeniably very femme-presenting, so I do apologize for getting that wrong, but the pronouns are he, him for anyone who's confused. Anyway, this supposed evidence of the grown man on call that's been taken a picture of and the face blurred out or whatever, yeah, this picture can't be found anywhere. Like, you scroll down his entire TikTok, you look at all the evidence that's been posted everywhere, all the drives that he's posted everywhere, this picture cannot be found fucking anywhere. No one can find it. And I can tell you why. You probably know why. Because it doesn't exist. There is no man twice Ribbon's size. It was Ribbon talking to himself, and that is a fact. There is no way to deny it. Once again, if you don't know how obvious of a fact this is, go watch my last video and skip to near the end where you can see me compare the two voices. In fact, actually no, stay on this video. Now, put a clip of that in, and for those who have seen it, you can just skip ahead a couple seconds.
Hey bestie, and welcome to a very special episode of the Plobcast. I do apologize in advance for my regular listeners.
Okay, so that's Ribbon's voice. Right? And now here is John Doe, but we pitch shifted it up.
I don't know where to start either. I guess.
He then goes on to make the very interesting claim that Spotify only accepts MP3s. Now, I don't even need to describe how fucking ridiculous of a claim that is. If I click on this completely, random Spotify profile here, like this, the Dankyjabo podcast, for example, where I upload all of my videos on Spotify the second that they're released here on YouTube as well, which you should all go totally follow and rate 5 stars, linked in the description on every video. As you can see, if I click on this latest video, for example, an MP4? That is crazy talk. I must be a goddamn magic man. Now, to be fair, he does say that he uses Podbean, which is awfully convenient, where the free version, you cannot upload video files to Spotify. However, that doesn't explain why the video file wasn't uploaded to YouTube, because on YouTube, you definitely can upload MP4s for free. So fair enough, you couldn't upload the video to Spotify, but why couldn't you upload the video to YouTube? I think we know why. Because there is no video. Because if there was a video, it would just be you looking like the goddamn Joker talking to yourself in a room. It's fucking sad.
That grown man that's twice my size, that's secretly me because I can clone myself. I'm talking to myself. Cloned myself, you guys. Didn't you know I have cloning abilities? I gotta confess, I got cloning abilities.
I mean, what better video to show this supposed picture of the grown man twice your size, if it's out there already, than this video right here? Why not just flash a screenshot of it right now? Because it doesn't fucking exist, and he uses this awful excuse of, I keep trying to upload it, but the Lily Tino defenders keep trying to get it, they keep getting it taken down, abolished from the internet. How many fucking Lily Tino defenders do you think are on the internet? You know how many videos are uploaded against Lily Tino, criticizing her for really scandalous things? I have not had one scare, one video get taken down, one strike, one anything from any supposed Lily Tino defenders. And I don't even agree with a lot of my older Lily Tino videos.
Bro, apparently I'm twice from my hero. Now, when you go watch his video talking about my cloning powers and how I'm apparently talking to myself with my cloning powers, because that big dude is apparently me. Make sure you ignore the part where he openly brags about how easy it is for him to edit video, and skip past the part where right before he shows this audio clip claiming it's to be me, he admits to putting it into an editor and editing it.
Yeah, well, how am I supposed to prove that when you pitch shift the voice back up to a normal pitch, it sounds exactly like you without putting it through an editor? It's not possible to do it any other way, is it? Again, I don't know why you're acting as though you revealed this grand piece of evidence here, like, oh, Dankyjabo or Dankyjabo admitted that he edited my voice. It's like, yes, that's kind of the fucking point here. You just can go do it yourself if you truly want to. Like, it's all out there, it's very obvious. And one thing a lot of people have pointed out, which is also incredibly true, is that even without the voice filter change, it's still very obviously Ribbon talking to themselves. Let me get the podcast episode up so I can show you exactly what I mean. Alright, we'll have a look at this later. I've just seen a new episode of the podcast getting uploaded. I'm mentioned in this one, so I guess we've got something else to look at after everything. Okay, but have a look at this. Look at the introduction of Lily Tino's former friend. It is the most, it's the stupidest thing ever. So let's acknowledge first of all, the podcast begins with 8 minutes and 37 seconds of Ribbon justifying why he cannot speak at the same time as this old friend, right? They can't interlink at any point because the voice modulation filter will affect both of their voices, right? And to take that much time just to justify why you can't speak at the same time, I think tells us all we need to know before you even play this person's voice.
Because I don't know where he wants to start, so let me hop into this call and you'll find out in like 2 seconds.
Hello, I don't know where to start either. I guess I will just start with how I met.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, it's just, it's just the dumbest, it's so dumb. It fucking gets me every time how stupid this is. Ribbon literally introduces him with, oh, I don't know where he wants to start, but go ahead. And then he introduces himself with, oh, I don't know exactly where to start, but here I go. Could you not have scripted it at least, or took some notes down? Because Jesus Christ, have you purposefully made it shit so that no one would actually watch it? Because anyone who does watch it immediately can tell that it's just you.
So, I have a proposal. Since, my cloning powers are out there now, you guys, I clone myself into a large man. Since those powers are out there, I want to offer Dan, Jess, whatever your name is, because I found, actually my friend found it because I'm not on that website, but technically there is that page that Heather made because she's catfishing men on there, but anyways, I'm not actually on there.
Fucking Heather sounds like a right old jolly old rascal. I'd rather watch a video about Heather than this bloke on my screen.
He went on there, my friend, he went on there, and he found your page. And that's why I was a little confused about what name you wanted to go by. It's the one where your page where you're like applying and you say that you have YouTubers and you talk about how you do whatever you can to make sure they're loyal to you, to market yourself to companies. I just wanted to offer, maybe I make a clone of myself, because I have these cloning powers, right? I make a clone of myself.
Again, I'm not sure about this whole, I guess, inference or attempt to, I guess, smuggle in some corruption in all of my doings. I was gonna say wrongdoings, but just doings in general. It's like, oh, you're trying to manipulate your audience into staying loyal to you. It's like, I just sort of do what YouTubers do, which is say that I appreciate my audience, because I really do, and I ask them to subscribe every now and again, but I also preach time and time again that I don't think people should fucking trust internet creators. And at the end of the day, you don't know us, you don't know your favorite YouTuber, so don't trust them. Don't trust me. Don't trust yourself. Trust no one on some Gravity Falls type shit.
Do you want me to pretend to be somebody else? Like, do you want me to clone myself into like another person? Like, am I Toga now? Because like I can change my body form? I don't really know how these powers work. You're gonna have to explain that to me, Danny Boy, since you know so much about them, right? Anyways, I can help you with all those brands that you're connected to. I can help you market yourself, because if you don't know, I mean, you were a little bit busy making fun of my speech impediment.
Are you trying to dismantle my points here, or are you trying to get a job with me? Because, I mean, I appreciate the offer. I'm not too sure I'm up for it, though, so I think I'm politely going to decline for now.
You were a little bit busy making fun of my speech impediment due to being a disabled veteran with a spinal issue, and you were...
I don't remember that. At what point did I go, ooh, this bloody person with his stupid speech impediment, oh, if only he didn't have that disabled veteran spinal issue. It just makes him sound so goddamn silly. Don't clip that out of context, by the way, but it's not what I said, right? I don't know what they're referring to. I guess we do get some clips in the next video, so look forward to me being a horrible weapon, I guess. But I'll spoil it right here. No, that never happened. They're reaching hardcore. They don't actually respond to any of the points that I make in my video. They just throw out some random gibberish garbage to, I guess, try and question my morality to people, like make me seem morally questionable. Because I guess if they make me seem like an arsehole, then all of my points become null and void. I mean, in all honesty, I could have killed 50 orphans, but it still doesn't change the fact that your video is obviously fake.
A little busy mocking my work in the domestic violence field, and openly admitting that you didn't listen to the whole podcast, or making fun of people saying that if they believed bad things about Lily Tino, then they were bad, they're idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I do stand by that one, to be fair. If there's anyone out there who genuinely watched Ribbon's podcast and believes that the things said about Lily Tino in that podcast are true and that John Doe is a real person, yeah, no, you are an idiot. Again, I'm not sure why that is deemed worthy of cancellation on my end, but yeah, Ribbon, I back that one. I'm not backing it, but I'm standing by that one. I'm doubling down. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot if you believe that.
A bit busy on camera admitting to defending Lily Tino, which we're gonna get to that in a second, because I feel like you can market that to these people.
Yeah, I was defending Lily Tino. It's very difficult not to defend Lily Tino if you're actually looking at the situation in good faith, because what you're doing is fucking disgusting and also very disturbing and harmful to the trans community, the community that you are acting as though you are trying to protect. More on that later, though, because there are some very interesting things that are brought up about that.
So I also volunteer once a month at the Employment Center, helping people get employed. So I could, like, be your brand buddy. I could be your assistant with one of these clones. I'm just going to, like, clone myself, right? Change them into whatever person you want.
Bringing up some good things that you've done, which, by the way, on the internet, I feel as though when people bring up incredibly virtuous things that they've done, completely, like, when no one asks them or when it's not relevant to any of the situations, I already don't think it's a good idea to just straight up believe everything that's being said, because it's very easy to lie on the internet. But when you're as much of a habitual liar as Ribbon is and show no evidence like Ribbon never does, I'm not saying that he's lying about any of the things that he says that he does, but I'm also not saying that I believe him.
And then they can help you apply to all those brands that you're connected to on there, because I feel like they are absolutely going to love the part where you, like, make fun of a disabled veteran speech issue. I think that's going to go over great. Brands love people that make fun of disabilities. I know, like, the United Kingdom's a little bit different, but some of these companies are based out of the US, so, like, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Can we just get to the part where you sat in a room and talked to yourself and pretended to be someone else to ruin the life of a person that you don't know and ruin the credibility of the transgender community, even though it's a community that is already very bogged down by accusations of being incel-y and predatory against people of, the female gender, particularly trans women like Lily Tino are, right? Particularly trans women like Lily Tino, who constantly get barrages of messages of hatred talking about how they just transitioned to get closer to women because they're that much of a creep. And you're sat there adding credibility to those stereotypes.
Where you defend Lily Tino while ironically purposely misgendering me, like,
You play the role of manipulator. Like, oh, sorry.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's why I bring all that up, because for you to act as though you give a fuck about the transgender community in any way, acting as though me misgendering you, by the way, it was not purposeful, and anyone who watches my videos or my channel in general will know that it's not purposeful. I even streamed my response to this video a couple days back, and I really did try to find the pronouns on their account or whatever. For whatever reason, the pronouns aren't available on TikTok desktop version. On the mobile app, it's there, but obviously I'm not streaming on my phone, so I couldn't see it. Nor could I in the initial recording either. But, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's no denying it. Anime Ribbon is very much femme-passing, or femme-presenting, rather. So I was under the impression that they were a transgender woman. Obviously, I was incorrect and they're a transgender man. But to act as though, to say that I was purposefully misgendering you, when you very obviously don't pass to the naked eye as a transgender man, and that is something that I think anybody looking at this in good faith can agree with, by the way. I feel like when you present yourself that way and someone misgenders you, to immediately assume that they're doing it purposefully and bring it up in your response video to them is a little bit slimy, because it looks as though you're trying to use your trans identity as a weapon to cancel somebody. It almost seems as though you're presenting yourself in a purposefully ambiguous way so that you can use your ambiguous gender as a weapon against people who are bound to accidentally misgender you by just making it up that they're purposefully misgendering you. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening here, because their pronouns are on the websites, right? And it is my bad for not having seen them. But to say that I was purposefully misgendering you is just incorrect, and you have no evidence for it. It's also just very unfair when you present yourself that way. I'm sorry, pal. Again, transgender people in the comments, or just anyone in general, if you think I'm saying something out of pocket or, you know, ignorant here, feel free to tell me, because, as always, I'm completely open to being held accountable for these things, but that's my genuine opinion on it. But, you know, I do also genuinely apologize for getting those pronouns wrong, and from here on out, I will use he, him, as those are Anime Ribbon's preferred pronouns.
He doesn't manipulate people. There's totally not several other creators who have outed him as a manipulator and telling about him manipulating his fans. Totally not true.
Okay. Okay, I don't even know if I'm going to get into that point there, because I don't want to reinstigate anything, but, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to. So, if you know, you know.
He totally doesn't talk about AI and everything in there to try to cover his ass. That way, if anybody exposes him, he totally doesn't talk about how, you know, he's so good at editing or the programs that he's using to edit stuff. Just ignore that part. Shh.
So that is by far my favorite fucking bit of the video. He actually thinks that I'm AI, and that it's not just a silly joke that we have on this channel, because a bunch of fucking idiots genuinely did believe that I was AI a couple videos back. And I still get comments to this day from people who clearly haven't seen that outro there, calling me AI, thinking that I'm genuinely AI. Like, it's very easy when I'm reading a comment section to tell who's in on the joke and who genuinely believes that I'm AI still. And it is quite humorous. I'm actually a big fan of it. It's actually really fun. Like, I do get comments pointing out every now and then, like, oh, Dankyjabo, how do you pump these videos out so quickly? And then there's a reply being like, he just puts it in a prompt or whatever, and I'm like, fucking fair play. Like, some of my fans are pretty funny. But, Ribbon, I'm not AI. And again, the fact that you think I am just further goes to show how much of a fucking idiot you are. Usually I don't go this, like, personal or vicious with my attacks or insults, for example. I don't straight up call people that I'm responding to or talking to fucking idiots, but, like, Ribbon, it has to be said, you are like the dumbest of the dumb. But, you know, there's nothing wrong necessarily with being ignorant or silly, but when you're malicious and a huge liar and harmful and dangerous as well, then yeah, I feel like those insults are warranted.
But I could, like, message and market you to them. Since you were looking for brands, more brands, you know, you were saying, what was it you said about, like, loyal followers and making sure they follow you? Yeah, I got you. I'm just gonna clone myself and I will help you totally for free. And I know it's been a little bit confusing for the people who haven't seen what's going on, because I don't post on IT very much. I've talked about, like, working up to that and stuff. But don't worry, I'm gonna start, like, re-uploading the stuff that's on here onto there. I know it said Glasgow's, like, 6 or 7 hours ahead of me or something, so, like...
Oh, he did his research, I'll give him that. He knows I live in Glasgow. He must have been watching a couple of the videos, to be fair. Be sure to like and subscribe, Ribbon.
No, I don't know the exact... I'm not great with time zones. But I did see that you're, like, several hours. You know, you guys are several hours ahead of me. But, you know, let me know when you want me to start helping you with my clones. I will, you know... you gotta tell me how that works though, because, like, I don't really know how to do that. But, you know, you've exposed that I clone myself, that person that...
Is this the whole rest of the video? Is it just them crashing out over clones or whatever? Like, come on, I want some meat on these bones. I want some actual, like, that. I want to watch this video and fucking feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. Like, oh, I can't believe he brought that up.
A man twice my size is totally me, you guys. Totally me. I know that, you know, the whole thing of telling people not to check my TikTok because then they'd find stuff on there. And you know, you're only on YT, so you don't want people to find out, you know, and you're definitely not taking advantage of that, or the fact that, you know, the drive's up or anything with screenshots and stuff. But, you know, we can totally work on this together. I'm sure there's a bunch of brands who would also fall for, you know, the whole thing.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm getting worried here because it's quite boring and I feel like it's going to damage my watch time. Like, Ribbon, your boringness and inability to keep a crowd entertained is going to damage my video now. And you just keep going on about these fucking clones and the drives and the screenshots that you can just show them! Show them! I have the drive, by the way. I'll show you this fucking drive later on in this video when it becomes more important. It's fucking nothing! It's exactly what you expect.
I got you with the whole only playing the audio and not showing the video. That way nobody—
Because there's no video! Only playing the audio and not showing the video. There's no fucking video! I went on the video! It's on your fucking channel! Look, it's right here. Episode 16, Lily Tino, former friend interview. As you can see, 1 hour, 32 minutes. I'm scrolling through the whole fucking thing. No video! There is no video! It's just a fucking picture of some hearts from Minecraft, where the one on the right has an outline that is way too thick, like substantially thicker than the other two. It's probably fucking AI. Little bit ironic that, but no, I haven't just played the video. There's no video. I just don't understand how you can make such benign points.
I am sure we are going to be able to market you great. So let me know when you need one of my clones, or maybe you just need one of my clones to edit one of your videos. You know, I don't actually know anything about editing, which is why I'm so bad at it. But you said it was super easy, and that, you know, it's really confusing about that too, is you bragged about how easy it was. You know, in a way, you're exposing other creators because, you know, all these other large creators say how hard it is to be a creator. But you said it's super easy and that anybody can do it. So just let me know when you need one of my clones to help you.
What point is being proven here? I never said that it was easy to be a creator. If it was easy to be a creator, everyone would be fucking doing it. I said that it was easy to prove that you are bullshitting in your Lily Tino former friend interview. This is one of the biggest reaches I think I've ever seen.
Sorry that this video wasn't very aesthetic and pretty and cute. You know, I was busy contributing to society. You know, that thing that, you know, Danny Boy liked to mock about my volunteer work in domestic violence and donating all my CF and stuff to them. I'm sorry, that's so shameful to do anything in real life. I should have, you know, I should have listened to you. I should have sat there and got primed and polished up and edited and done all of this crap to make myself look fancy for this, you know, creator stuff.
I mean, I put a couple of lights on and I took a shower. Didn't really do anything that fancy, but I'll take that as a compliment, you know? So I appreciate your contributions to society, because there's nothing more productive than tearing down someone that you've never met based on pointless, baseless allegations that you've made up. But there's nothing more productive than sitting in a room and talking to yourself like a fucking psychopath.
More important, isn't it? It's so much more important to look good on camera and be perfect and know how to edit every single thing perfectly. So much more important than stuff going on in the real world.
Anime Ribbon, you, my friend, are... There are so many words that you could, like, just place at the end of that sentence, and none of them would be, you know, unwarranted. But what will I go with? I guess scrub. You're a scrub. TLC would hate your ass. Anyway, now it's time for response number 2. This is a response to the stream that I did a couple days ago. It's still public. It was a fun stream, so you can have a look at that if you want, but here's a more concise video for those who missed it or just want to watch a video of mine responding to the whole thing. And also, I didn't cover this in my stream, obviously, because it's a response to the stream, and I'm not fucking Doctor Strange.
Somebody has now sent me clips of the live stream of him contradicting himself. He literally is contradicting himself. And they screen recorded some of it. The irony is his followers keep going, oh, you clearly didn't watch his video.
First of all, I mean, straight away, someone sent you my live... You literally show yourself playing clips from my live stream. No one sent you anything. You were sat there watching my live stream, and you're trying to act as though people were sending you things so that you can pretend as though you weren't incessantly watching me, worried about what was going to come out of it. Ribbon, I don't mean to be rude, but it's very, very obvious that you were very disturbed and, I guess, bothered by the video that I put out on the live stream that I was doing, and were watching it because of that, and are now making this video, and are lying about people sending you stuff so that you can act as though you don't really give a shit. You know, it's okay to care. When someone makes a video dogging on you, like, it's only natural to give a fuck. It's not even something I'd usually point out, but it's just fucking funny.
I'm about to show you some clips of exactly what I'm talking about. And some clips from the live stream of him contradicting himself, like, buddy, pick a lie. So first, you say he does not make fun of my line of work or my speech impediment. So let's show that.
A day job.
and mental health. So at some point, maybe Black Friday or something, I'll get some fancy software.
I have a day job and mental health. What do you mean you have mental health? What, you have issues? Mental health? What does that have to do with anything? Did she say a day job in mental health or and?
To get fancy editing software. I do have a day job and mental health, so...
I don't know. It's a weird accent. Who knows? So that video there was me trying to figure out whether or not he used the word in or and. Now, by my standards, I don't think that is intentionally trying to make fun of a disabled veteran's speech impediment. But I guess everyone has their own views on the situation. My point there was that either way, it's a completely nebulous and irrelevant thing to bring up to for the whole purpose of trying to make yourself to seem like a better person when you know you're about to two-facedly lie to the entire fucking internet about a woman that everyone hates, so you know these lies are gonna be believed. So you very pathetically try to bring up good things about yourself to, I guess, add validity to your statement. I'm sure I don't need to say this because you guys aren't dumb, but it's very obvious that is not me making fun of a disabled veteran's speech impediment, but whatever, we'll watch on.
I actually spent years taking classes to make sure I didn't have an accent. That's my speech impediment from having a...
Okay, well, you fucking failed because you do have an accent. Everyone has an accent. I fucking hate when Americans say that they don't have accents and that I have an accent and that it's like, oh, you have an accent. It's like, yes, everyone does. You can't spend years to get rid of your accent. You can spend years trying to, I guess, fix aspects of your speech. If you have a lisp, you can try fixing that. If you can't pronounce your R's properly, then sure, you can try and fix that, I guess. But it doesn't mean you don't have an accent no more. Like, Ribbon, I'm sorry to tell you, you have an American accent. And there's a canny few accents in America as well, pal. And it just so happened that with your accent in particular, I couldn't tell whether or not you were saying in or and. That's all it is. I don't know what you're... I know what you're doing. You're reaching because there's nothing you can really say or reply to in regards to the actual point that I'm making, so you're trying to just levy some baseless and dumb shit against me to question my validity.
That's my speech impediment from having a spinal injury from the Army. And once again, my day job's in mental health.
I also want to point out that your history in the Army and your, I guess, status of veteran doesn't impress me at all. Is that what you're trying to do, is impress people? Do you have an audience full of just geriatric octogenarians? Because, just because you were in the Army doesn't make you any better of a person, especially nowadays. It just means you were in the, good for you. You were in the Army. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm simply not impressed by the fact that you left the Army under, I guess, circumstances that were anything but a dishonorable discharge.
And once again, my day job's in mental health. And he's making jokes about it.
Where was the joke there, exactly? I don't recall there being one. I mean, you literally played the clip. So, what are you talking about here?
Said that you can clone your body or whatever. Do you not understand a joke? This whole man is live right now, making jokes about me. And y'all can't understand that I'm being sarcastic.
This whole man. I'm not a centaur. I'm not half horse, half man. I'm a whole man. I'll take it, man. You take what you can get on this channel. But also, what the fuck is this point? No one gives a fuck about the cloning thing. No one genuinely believes that you think you can clone yourself. No one thinks that you are genuinely... You bring up Twice from My Hero. That's not exactly I'm more of an Echo from Ben 10 type of guy.
I have an autism diagnosis, and even I would understand that it's...
Oh, shut the fuck up with your autism diagnosis. I don't care. There's obviously nothing wrong. You can take that out of context and it'll look really bad, but there's obviously nothing wrong with having an autism diagnosis. I have an ADHD diagnosis, but I don't just bring it up unprompted for sympathy points. It's not fucking relevant here. It's just very obviously more of you being like, oh, there are so many things that I have that Dankyjabo is making fun of and victimizing me for. Feel bad for me and attack him. Oh, I'm such a victim. I'm such a victim, even though I literally made up these horrific lies about someone else who is in my community that I'm trying to supposedly protect. No, I'm the victim. I'm the victim with a spinal injury from the Army who works in mental health and volunteers and donates to charity and has an autism diagnosis. Respectfully, grow the fuck up.
I'm not actually out here cloning myself. It's a joke. Because if you go down the fucking alleged playlist, it's called Allegations Proved, there's pictures
from the video, from like where the whole interview was videoed, and the guy's face is blurred out, but you could tell body definition wise that is not me.
Again, this picture is nowhere to be seen! It's nowhere! And if it does exist, by some miracle, which I know it doesn't, it wouldn't prove anything. It would just be a picture of a big man with a blurred face. It does not prove that they're Lily's old friend. It doesn't prove fucking anything. You got caught trying to bamboozle the world. You got caught lying. You got caught trying to pull a whammy on us. Like red-handed. Hand in the cookie jar type shit. There's no coming back from it. Just admit your faults or ignore the situation. If you're gonna respond to me, I'm sorry, but there's no winning. It's that obvious what you did was that wrong.
Show you guys a clip, because the irony is so many people being like, oh, you're deleting comments. But people went into his live and were telling him where to find the drive and everything. And like, here's where the proof is. And he, on video, in the live, is like, nope, and is like deleting their comments. Let me show you. They sent me this through email because it was so long, so that's why it's on the computer. I don't know what they were screen recording here, but I guess they were looking up how to do it. But you can hear him. Let me pause for a second. Don't worry, they're going to get back to his face, but you can hear him. He's clearly going to look at it. And then instead of being like, oh, there it is. Oh, I was wrong. You look what he does.
Fuck it, no, I can't be asked. We're not slowing the pace of this thing down anyway. We know it's bollocks. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to suspend disbelief to the point where, like, any of this is actually, like, real.
You literally just watched him on video, be told where there's proof, go look at it, you watch him pause and everything, and then you can see the change of face when he realizes it, and then goes, oh, never mind.
First of all, I don't remember having that smooth skin and mascara on my eyes during the stream, but I guess it must have happened. It's on there, it's on camera. Secondly, again, I mean, I'm sure this won't come as a shock, but that is absolutely not what happened. I have the drive, I can show it to you, but I can also show you what happened on stream. So it was this message here that I was responding to. Now, what I did on stream was highlight everything from the Google. I didn't actually get the drive bit in the highlight that I tried to copy, which is just me being a bit of a goofy goober. Like, that wasn't on purpose. It was just me being dumb and streaming and being a little, I guess, I don't know, I'm not a fucking streamer. And then this is this is what it sent me to, because obviously the link is not a real thing. So I saw this on stream and then thought, you know what, am I really gonna slow down the pace of this stream just to go over some evidence that we know is bollocks, because it's very obviously Ribbon talking to themselves? No, I'd rather not. Let's just keep watching the video. There's a very rational and justifiable, reasonable set of actions that led to me making the decision to move on. You also bring up how my face changed in the midst of looking at the incredibly, I guess, absolving evidence that you have. We'll play the clip again. At what point does my face change? Because it's just you saying things once again and expecting people to believe them just because you said them when the video's right there. My face doesn't change at all. I guess it's harder to tell because of the fucking stupid filter that you put over it, though. But I'll play the clip again. Naz, be sure to zoom in on my face not changing. I've copied the link. Go incognito and do it. One second, guys.
Your cat's vicious.
Alright, fuck it. No, I can't be asked.
And then instead of being like, oh, there it is. Oh, I was wrong. You look what he does.
Fuck it. No, I can't be asked. I looked pretty goddamn neutral the whole time. But you know what? For the fuck of it, let's have a look at this drive, right? I've pasted it correctly this time, so let's have a look. Also, this is what I would have seen if I actually pasted it on. You cannot tell fucking anything from this page here alone, so I wouldn't have had time to actually look at anything substantial anyway. Which you know for sure. It's just you reaching again, very obviously. There's this screenshot here about potatoes, and then as a colored person, that's all I read there. I don't really have good history with black people. Right, okay, I don't know who these are just random profile pictures, I don't know what this is at all. And then a Discord message with everything blurred, more Discord messages, more, and this fucking, I'm just gonna show them all. Game Master T2, TZ, predatory group found on TikTok by My Hero Academia's anti-bully by 70 subs and 382 views. What does this prove exactly? I wonder what your kinks by this interesting looking individual. And that's it, that's all the evidence! That's it! That's all it is! What? There's nothing! Once again, there's nothing there that proves anything! What did you expect me to do? Go through this on stream and be befuzzled, bewildered, and move on as though nothing happened because nothing happened. My mind is blown. My mind is genuinely blown at how fucking stupid you are. It's not even stupidity, it's just desperation to bring my morality and my credibility into question. Because you got caught lying, Ribbon. Again though, respectfully, this does not prove fucking anything, and there is no picture of any man twice your size like you said there would be.
Let's go over the next. Once again, he's manipulating what actually happened, because if you just go watch that video, nobody says that my body was in the video. I made a joke about cloning. Like, I'm literally in the video that he's watching live talking about cloning.
No, you did say the body was in the video and that I didn't show it. You said that this man twice your size was in the video and that I didn't show it. I only showed the audio and not the video. Yeah, your body wasn't in the fucking video, and neither was his. Once again, because he doesn't fucking exist!
This is what I was talking about. When if you look up, there's other creators who have talked about him manipulating. He's gaslighting. He's changing the context and the topic.
Yeah, other creators have talked about me manipulating. And you know what? Again, we're not even going to talk about that. If you know, you know. I was this close. I'm telling you, I was this fucking close.
Wait, am I saying that he's like, you know, my body, you know, is in the video? No. He's the one who's like, oh no, like, I never said your body was in the video. I never said that either. It's a fucking joke about cloning, because the person in the video, the John, Lord, I almost used his real name.
Oh my god, that's fucking so pathetic. Lord, I almost used John's real name. John is not real. And you know that, but you just sit there and still, like, parade on this fantasy land, on this fucking fan fiction you've written of John Doe's real name. Oh, sorry guys, I almost used John's real name. You just snuck that one in there to try and make your story that much more valid. No one believes you, Riven. I hate to break it to you, but no one fucking believes you. Even the video that got millions of views by that one lassie, Desi Talks, who said, like, well, it's been confirmed Leetina's faking her trans identity. Everyone told her how much of a horrific liar you were, and she took that video and went back on all those claims and went, oh yeah, the interview was bullshit, Ribbon was lying. I don't think anyone I think the only person who genuinely... No, you don't even believe it though, because you know you're lying. You're just the type of person who genuinely believes that you're doing something for the greater good here, because you're that blindsided and that much of a malicious piece of shit. You've convinced yourself somehow that I'm the bad guy, that I'm the villain here, and that Lily Tino is such a bad person that she deserves all this slander and all these stories being made up about her, because you truly believe that she is those things that you're saying about her maybe, or that, you know, she's just that much of a villain that she deserves to be slandered. You're on some really horrible, damaging, vigilante, lying, deceptive bullshit here, and you need to get some help, because it's not just this one thing. Like, this is a pattern of behavior. You've had this reputation for years now, and it seriously is unhealthy. It's very damaging, not just for everyone else who you're making videos on, but it's also very damaging for you. Like, there's no way you're living a fulfilling life when you're doing shit like this. I also want to point out here, because I'm not sure where else to point it out, I offered in the stream that I made on Ribbon, I said that I would pay him 10 grand if he could prove undeniably that he was talking to Lily Tino's old friend and that John Doe is a real person. I would pay him 10,000 British pounds, by the way, which is like $13,000. There's a lot of good that money could be used for. You could donate it to the domestic violence charities that you work in, or the employment facilities, or whatever the fuck, right? Or you could just use it for yourself. Maybe you could upgrade your fucking Podbean subscription so you can upload MP4s onto Spotify now. All you need to do is prove what is supposedly a very easy thing to prove. Conveniently, though, that's never brought up in any of these videos, or any of the podcasts, or anything that Ribbon has made after my stream, despite me knowing that he has seen that part of the stream. In my opinion, there is only one reason why you wouldn't even so much as acknowledge that part. And I think we know the reason. Here's Prince, by the way. You all wanted him so much in the last video. You wanted him to be shown in every video. So, here he is. He's looking happy. He's looking healthy. And, I'm really loving him. I didn't expect to love him this much. But, Prince, you can get down now, mate. No, not on the desk. Just on the floor.
You know what's a bad sign is when somebody makes a video and then goes live and can't even remember what they said in the video. Watch this.
Did I make fun of that speech impediment? I don't think I did make fun of that speech impediment.
He did. It's on video. I've already pointed that out. Also, you can't lie and say that it's an accent.
I didn't. It's on video. I've already pointed that out. He's just gonna keep fucking complaining unless I have him on my lap. He's very needy, isn't you? You're very needy, ain't you, Prince? Go on, you're in air jail. What you got to say? People love you more than they love me, so say something.
I'm clearly taking breath pauses. That's not an accent in any way. There's no accent in the world. He even talks about my pauses at one point, and it's like on his live being like, yeah, because you pause and stuff. Yeah, that's speech impediment. Shit. You can't lie and say it's an accent. But also, you're sitting here being like, did I do that? You don't even remember? You just posted the video, bro. Let's go over this contradiction.
I didn't mock their work in the domestic violence field. Especially because the justifications just so happen to be the most incredible, morally virtuous reasons that anyone could ever conjure. But sorry guys, usually I wouldn't divulge this piece of information about myself, about how fucking amazing and sexy and like virtuous I am.
Go watch the video. That's him referencing the domestic violence stuff, which, no, it is not, oh, I don't usually say, but this and I put it in every single one. It is, you can find thousands of videos at this point.
Yeah, that's my point. Why do you constantly feel the need to bring up that you do domestic violence work to prove that you're a good person? Actions speak louder than words, and just saying that you do good things doesn't mean much. We actually need to see you doing some good things, like, I don't know, admitting to your faults or not lying horrifically about another transgender creator.
Because as I said, I do it every single month. I do the live and everything. I donate. I actually have another person that I need to post about. I'll get to that as soon as I can because I just haven't had time. And BS like this has been taking up what little free time I have. But yeah, I put that in every Plopcast too. We talk about it. It's part of it. It's in my bio, bro. Yet you openly mock it on there. The part that frustrates me the most is the fact that he's also on video admitting that he knows nothing about me. Like, he even says that's his excuse for continuing to misgender me while fucking defending Lily Tino.
This is what's so disgusting about it, is that he's made these lies up about Lily Tino, knowing that if anyone defends Lily Tino, he can use the excuse of, this person's defending Lily Tino. You know, that girl that everyone hates? Yeah, well, this guy's defending him. And because we don't like him, and you probably don't like him as well, we can go after the guy who's defending him, even though the defense of him is defense of the horrific lies that I have very obviously made up. You think you found some sort of loophole as to where you can just make up whatever fucking lies you want about a person just because people don't like them. It's fucking disgusting. I genuinely mean that. It's fucking disgusting.
But then he makes all these bold accusations against me. But then you say you don't know me. Make up your mind. You admit to not listening to the whole thing. You admit to not knowing anything about me on live. You can't constantly contradict yourself. People literally tried to send you proof.
Ribbon, I really don't mean to rub this in, but you are fucking lucky that I didn't go into your past or your previous scandals. You know, they're all public. People can have a look at them. I didn't want to because it's not the point of the video. And you should count yourself lucky for that. You shouldn't be driving more attention towards them.
You're on video, like, looking at it and then ignoring and go, whoa, can't show that I'm a piece of shit liar. I know at one point, now, they did not send me this, but somebody said that you told me that I should dress up as, or clone myself as somebody.
Oh, this bit is fucking insane. Alright, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let this play out and you tell me what you think.
Who lies a lot. So, hold on, I got you.
Just a little bit more. I mean, he doesn't have like a...
Okay, so this is them impersonating me, a black guy, by putting black makeup on his face. Now, I'm not saying that this is blackface. You know, I'm very light-skinned for a black person. Obviously, because I'm not fully black, right? I'm brown as well. And I don't really hear of many people using blackface on light skins, right? The idea, it's mental. The idea that's mental. And also, I'll let this, I paused the clip at a very criminalizing moment, to be fair, because they do go on to say that it is, it's meant to be my mustache, right? So, you know what? I'll let the full thing play out, but I paused it there, and just because it's fucking insane in that, it's just insane. It's insane. Even though it might not explicitly be blackface or whatever, the fact is, you have put black makeup on your face to imitate a black man. And that shit's insane. You know, depending on who you ask, this very well could be blackface. I'm not sure I'm comfortable calling it that, but like, you know, it's not good.
Just a little bit more. I mean, he doesn't have like a full mustache, so like, sorry if it's not perfect. Ta-da! I'm cosplaying as somebody who lies a lot. Sorry, cloned myself, you guys. There you go, now you have something to post on your live about. Now, you know the part he's not gonna include is this part. You know the
part I'm not going to include is the part I'm not going to include is this part. What, you mean the part where you borderline do blackface? I feel like if there's any part to include, it's this part. Also, this ain't relevant to the video, but I'm gonna show my buddy Turb's reaction to this clip here because it's fucking unreal.
just a little bit more. I mean, he doesn't have like a full mustache, so like, sorry if it's not perfect. Ta-da! I'm cosplaying somebody who
Are you all seeing this? Are you all seeing this? No! Go show Turb some love. He's actually 24/7 live streaming right now for a fundraiser for dinners and meals for people who can't afford it. Should still be going as this video's up, actually, so go show him some love.
So I'm gonna do a separate video, and it's gonna be on YT because I can't post it on here because of what they said. But I made a silly little joke with the cloning thing, and his fans have been sending me threats. Yeah. Like, he's over here being like, oh, I would never make fun of somebody. Like, on live. I got another clip of that, too. Of him being like, oh, we're just taking a piss. We're just joking.
No, we're not taking a piss. We're taking the piss. It's just funny. That's just fucking funny. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of your disabled veterans' spinal cord speech impediment there, but I guess taking the piss isn't really a thing in the US, but we're not taking a piss. That'd be really weird if I went on camera and just took a piss. I was making fun of you, basically.
I will make a YT tomorrow, just going through some of them. People are saying, oh, you're deleting comments. I was screenshotting. The filter was automatically doing it.
Have my fans or viewers been sending him threats? Obviously, if you've been doing... I don't even want to fucking do the usual, oh, you've been doing that, you're not a real fan. Because I don't think anyone has actually been doing that, you know? And that's not because of some faith that I have in my audience as much as I think you guys are fucking great and I really do appreciate you. It's because I think a lot of the people who say so-and-so sent me threats, I've been receiving death threats, are bullshitting a lot of the time for sympathy and attention. I've been in controversies way bigger than this one, Ribbon, and with accusations way more damning than the ones that I'm giving you, and I didn't receive one death threat. Not one. Sure, I got some messages that were less than pleasant, and I got some really creepy people lurking into places that I'd rather them not lurk into. Some really private stuff was, you know, found out, but nothing, you know, threatening my death.
And I've been screenshotting these threats. And that tells me a lot about that fan base.
Oh, okay, so where are the screenshots, then? I mean, you could show them, but you won't, because they're not real.
Because yes, you can't control what other people do, right? But you will never find one of my followers threatening to take somebody's life over a freaking video. Unless it's like a pedo or something. Like, you know, we've talked about that registered offender a while back. You know, people probably, you know, thought that about that guy. But that's like a whole different thing. There's a difference in drama and...
How do you know that? You don't know each and every one of your followers, like, individually. I would never say, you will never catch one of my subscribers doing so-and-so, because I don't know each and every one of my fucking subscribers. Statistically, one of my subscribers is probably going to murder someone in their lifetime. So I would never say something like that.
The irony is also him being like, oh, this could ruin Lily Tino's life. Like, his fans being like, this could ruin Lily Tino's life by making up stuff. But he's making up stuff about me, so that's fine, right? He even said...
What did I make up about you? Please, show me, give me some examples here.
On camera. I don't know them, right? I don't know you. But then you're boldly saying that everything I say is a lie.
Yeah, I don't know you personally. I've never fucking met you or had a conversation with you before, and I still know that you're lying. Imagine actually knowing you. It'd be fucking hell.
You also stand behind the Diversia stuff too, because that was the other thing that I was claimed to be lying about months ago. Even when fucking documents came out in the court and everything, and the vote, that was all over TikTok, even though you can literally go to Amazon, search her book, and this book is still there. But then I had her fans like saying, no, I was lying about it. Dude, go to Amazon, just search Diversia. You'll find the book. It's right there. Just like those videos right there, but you're saying I didn't watch the video. But clearly you didn't. But thanks for calling me sexy. It's a little weird to call me that in the middle of that, but like, thanks, I guess. I'm gonna go be a functional, you know, contributing member of society. But here's you something to continue your life with.
Well, enjoy being a functional, contributing member of society, my friend. I also never called you sexy. I made a joke where the word sexy was used, and you've just heard that word like a buzzword for you and used it against me, like everything else in this fucking video. I usually don't do videos like responding to people who respond to my videos, which there have been a couple of. I usually don't respond back, but like in this situation, it's just so fucking funny that I felt like I just couldn't pass up on an opportunity like this. There was also this TikTok that I found that I also really find disgusting. For context, the original music, which obviously we can't use because it's copyrighted, is Pink Pantheress. My name's Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. You're recommended to me by... You know that one. I'm sure you will fucking know. My audience definitely knows that song. For those who aren't watching visually, I'll read out the captions here. Meeting my ex-abusers are the victim. And it's a front shot of them shaking hands with someone. And then it cuts to a pile of dirt, which is obviously meant to represent their ashes because I guess they died tragically. And then it cuts to a very sad shot of Ribbon looking candidly at the camera with the caption, "This is your reminder, if he can hit you, he can kill you, please leave while you still can." Which is a good message, but like, can we acknowledge that you have just represented an actual human life that was lost as a pile of dirt? I know you guys think I might be reaching here, but you know, imagine being the family of the person who was murdered by this partner. I'm sure the family of that victim would be very happy with you making a humorous TikTok where their child is literally portrayed as literal dirt over a Pink Pantheress song, and you playfully attempt to interact with them in, once again, what's meant to be a humorous TikTok here. How incredibly tasteful and moral. But I'm the one who's insulting mental health here. Again, for those who think I'm reaching, I really don't think I am, but feel free to tell me in the comments. Me personally, if I had a sibling or a son or a parent who was murdered in such tragic fashion, and a TikToker like fucking Ribbon came out and made a TikTok like that, where they're being represented as fucking dirt over a Pink Pantheress song, and it's like a comedic skit, yeah, I wouldn't be fucking happy. It's very audacious from someone who works in mental health and volunteers at the domestic violence shelter. You'd think you'd have a bit more fucking tact about you. Anyway, I didn't even know this before I started recording, but a new episode of the Plobcast has come out. Episode 22, we are back. There was a short hiatus there. I'm not sure what exactly caused it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's because of the shitstorm that I caused, admittedly. When someone makes a video on you, it is a very stressful time. I understand that. I'm not criticizing them for taking a break. But, you know, maybe their reason for taking a break has nothing to do with me. That is just me assuming, to be fair, but I wouldn't be surprised either way.
The like traumatization of seeing the GameStop and Plop stories. What was really sad is she saw like the death threats and stuff I was getting from the Latino fans and Danky's fans who was defending the Latino, even says it on video, which I don't know what level of fucking Delulu his followers are. Because I made a whole video of him on camera on his own page contradicting himself like 50 times, just, you know, admitting just can't make up his mind. And people were like jumping through hoops to defend him.
It's not, you don't need to jump through hoops to defend me to that piece of shit video. You just need to watch it and have a functioning fucking brain.
There were so many fucking minors is the scary part. Like, I took screenshots. Majority of people who were sending these messages were children. Were literal children. I'm like, you know what's a bad sign? When your whole fan base is fucking seems to be children and you make adult content. I mean, not like adult isn't spicy, but, you know, adult themes stuff. You know, you're defending Lily Tino and shit.
Is defending Lily Tino adult content? Would attacking Lily Tino be child content? Why is defending Lily Tino specifically seen as adult content for you? Like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend a fucking 8-year-old watches my channel, but fucking surprise, yeah, there are a couple 14, 15-year-olds that watch the Dankyjabo YouTube channel. It's not as though I market my content specifically towards teenage. I'm just myself, really, and whoever watches. Now, I've got 16-year-olds watching me, and I have a couple 61-year-olds watching me. I get comments from old people and middle-aged people all the time. We're a very diverse people, the Dankyjabo fan base, and I love us for that. Okay, that looks like it's everything about me on this podcast episode, despite that TikTok a while back being part 1, where I guess part 2 is just never going to be released because they've been laughed off of doing it. And also because, I mean, let's not fucking play about here. There's nothing that can be said, really.
Yes, please. I want regular people, regular followers, my mutuals and stuff to be able to be on the Plobcast. You don't have to pay me. It's completely free. But I've been talking about this on the Plobcast itself, which is on all streaming services, by the way, for completely free. But how I want to have regular people on there. I want regular people to be able to tell their fandom experiences. Like, we talk about the Plobs within fandom, GameStop stories, retail stories, ER visit stories, medical horror stories, Quink horror stories.
I can do this, actually. I accept this invite to the Plobcast. I'll come on. I can come on and talk about how this one My Hero Academia fan put black makeup on to impersonate a black person that one time. I feel like that'd be a pretty engaging story for your podcast. I'll tell you what, I'll extend the 10 grand offer. If you can prove that you were in fact interviewing Lily Tino's friend without a doubt, I will pay you 10 grand and I will also issue a public apology on the Plobcast. And then I'm gonna kill my cat Prince, which I'm not gonna yell anymore because, He's got sensitive ears. And he's sleeping on my lap. Sorry I woke you, pal. But you know what? I feel like that's pretty much it for this video. It was fun. A lot more fun than I thought it would be. But the whole point I responded was because the whole situation is just so dumb and obviously bullshit that responding to it is just fucking funny. Like, there was some serious stuff in there. There were some, like, genuinely disgusting, scummy things that Ribbon is doing in this situation and many others that I've not gone into. But for what it is and what this video was and the reactions to the fucking TikToks that were being made against me from him, I feel like I had a right to respond to them, by the way, with how vicious they were. I mean, it was a bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Usually I go over, like, comments and stuff in my videos, but I feel as though this whole video, in a way, was a response to comments. So, if you want more of a traditional type response, I would say keep leaving nice comments about Wee Prince over here, because he loves it. He reads them all. Also, go follow my Instagram. It's the top link in all my descriptions if you want to see more pictures of him, because I post him incessantly on my stories. That is a shameless plug, but whatever. I promise you I'm not doing the classic YouTuber thing of buying a fucking animal or pet just for aesthetics, right? We did a lot of research, and we're making sure this wee cat here has the best life possible. Saw some people worrying about that quite naturally, by the way, with the reputation of YouTubers on this bitch. But you can rest easy, right? You can see. This wee thing here, he's living paradise. But with that, once again, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!